Okay, be honest. How many times have you played a game and thought, I could make a better game than this? Over the next few issues, we're going to take a look at the process of game design and talk about how designers make games and the skills that they use. You'll get a better understanding of the work that goes into your favorite games and a better understanding of the skills you'll need if you decide to make the quest for that better game your career. Now, for all you hands-on gamers out there, a company called Agetec has created their Game Designer series that lets you start to build your own games at home using your PlayStation 2.
Agetec launched the Designer Series in year 2000 for PS1. This year, 2002, we've just launched Fighter Maker 2 for PS2. Next year in 2003, we have Color Quest and RPG Maker 2, all of them exclusively for PS2. The one thing that they all have in common is the more the player puts into any of them, the more tangible results they're going to have to show for their work.
Fighter Maker 2 is perfect for the fans of games like Virtua Fighter or Tekken. What makes Fighter Maker 2 unique is that you can design not only the look of your characters, but all of their moves as well.
Everything from the skin tone, hair color, no hair, all the costuming choices, it's all customizable by the player. And then the next step they take is to assign all the martial arts moves for the characters. The main tools are the sequence editor and the animation editor. The sequence editor allows you to set preset moves within 6 different fighting techniques. But in the sequence editor, you decide, do you want to use the preset moves or do you want to invent your own? The animation editor shows you how to take it frame by frame through the motion to see how it flows with the character. And everything's in 3D models, so it really looks realistic, and all the moves are timed to the human body and what it can do. You also design where the camera angle is. Would the fighting look better side by side, the traditional 2D style, or do you want the camera to flow around while you're fighting?
Once you've created the moves, you assign them to buttons, create combos, and determine damage values.
The sequence editor is taking the animations that were created in the animation editor and attaching values to them. So, did this punch cause X amount of damage or X plus 5? Is this a special combo move? If it is there double damage? Is there triple damage? That's all done in the sequence editor.
And you can also combine the 2 animation in one as a combo hit, like a 1 punch, 2 punch, or 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. And also you can set what button combination you have to use to execute the motions.
Once you've learned how to animate a 3D character in Fighter Maker 2, you can move on to RPG Maker 2. Now the challenge is to design an entire game.
Now you're going from John Woo to an entire animation studio. Actually, it's closer to what we do here. You're producing a game from scratch.
Building a game from the ground up might seem a little overwhelming, but RPG Maker 2 helps ease you into it.
So first, I want them to create small RPG from the beginner mode. If just 1 town, like 1 caves and 1 huge boss, this becomes small RPG, and I want them to learn what the steps they should take to complete a game. Then back to the beginning and then select hard level, which means they can create all the things from the scratch, even the buildings, field, and magics, monsters.
You're creating a planet here. Imagine a ball of water, okay, the Earth, before any land masses. That's where you start. You build the continents, the shapes, the islands in relation to the main mass, and then you get closer, closer, closer. You put in the buildings, you build the cities, the villages, the hamlets, and then you populate them. Every single thing has a tool unto itself. So it's your world to design like that. How detailed you want to do is up to you, the designer.
Then go to the programming side, which is called event editors. And then creating event. If you touch this box, what's gonna happen? The box is gonna open, or the box is gonna explode, or monster is gonna pop it up, or this kind of things you have to create.
In RPG Maker 2, you're in charge of not only all the items and events in the game, but all of the dialogue as well.
Hopefully you've previously written it and you have the scripting all set up beforehand, and you're not just winging it.
Our title is now compatible with USB keyboard. So instead of using the software keyboard inside and choosing each letters, now plugged into the USB keyboard into the PlayStation 2. That makes much easier than used to be.
After completing the dialogue, you then move on to the combat system.
You never see your army or your character, so it's like first-person view for all battle sequences. But what you get to do is design where your enemies are in relation to your point of view. So is it face on, is it slightly above? And then when you throw in the special effects, if I'm attacking with magic, I get to design the special effects for, do I do a fireball that launches straight out from me to you? Or does it sweep around and blast?
These Agetec games are not only fun, but they're also a great way to start learning game design skills.
I think it really helps to understand, to get into this industry, what goes behind making a good game. You know the mechanics, you know the rules, but how do you make it go to the next level of greatness? You really have to get the experience somewhere. So by giving them just a blank slate and as many memory cards as they need, they can create something pretty terrific. It really opens up a whole universe for you. I think it's going to start the next wave of education, interest, and just all-around buzz for the industry and how accessible it is now. I'm not calling it a mini dev kit, but it's close.
These games can definitely give you a taste of the world of game design. In the next part of our series, we'll look at some schools that specialize in teaching the things that game designers need to know. Be sure to catch that story next month.